Hello, welcome back. I'm going to do another book review. Here I'm doing Graha Sutras by Ernst Wilhelm. This is a really great book for a number of reasons. One of the main reasons is that look at this nice hardback. Okay, can you see like the spine in there? This is a really well-made book, probably the most well-bound book I've ever seen with regard to astrology books. And that counts because you want your books to last. I mean, so many of my other books are falling apart. It's one thing I really love about this book, just to start off with. And as we know, everything is an omen of life communicating to us. So you can imagine a book this well bound. That is a good start. That is a good sign. Doesn't mean I'm not saying every well-bound book. You don't judge a book by its cover, of course, but there's a certain feel that this book has because of that I like. This book is essentially everything you need to know about the planets, which are the grahas, the Indian word for that, which is the root of the word grasp and grab and gratify. It's the grahas are the things that grab hold of us and make us do what we want to do or do what we do. So that's why they're called grahas. It's where the root of a lot of our English words come from. And the grahas are everything in Vedic astrology. And so the signs are the way they are because of the grahas that rule them. They're lords. So we talk a lot in astrology, like you hear, not actually astrology experts, but more so just common speak in pop culture. You hear, Geminis are this way. You know, you hear Geminis are two-faced, or don't ever trust a Gemini was what I would hear when I was first learning astrology. What does that even mean? Like, where does that come from? Gemini is just a Rasi, it's a sign. The signs are the unconscious limbs of Vishnu. They're the environments, the places, the body, but not the actual consciousness of beings. That's determined by the planets, the Karakas. That's another word, but just means the makers. The planets are the makers of things, the grahas. So you really, if you want to know astrology, don't worry about knowing your signs, know your planets. And then the signs are just the positive and negative poles of the planets. Of course, except for the sun and moon, which only rule one sign. They're kind of like one planet in a sense. That's a little bit too much to get into here. But anyways, this is the book you need to get your foundation. This is the best book on the 5 elements as well. And so even if you don't study astrology and you want to know about the 5 elements for Ayurveda purposes, maybe for studying Vastu, maybe for studying, I don't know, a million other things, you might want to get this book for that case. Actually, like right what I just opened to, this awesome section on the 5 elements. It also has cool planetary art inside of it as well, where it describes, it takes quotes from the Srimad Bhagavatam that describe the elements. For example, air, the element of shaking, displacing, penetrating everywhere, carrying substance of sound, etc., and vitalizing all the sense organs are the characteristics of air. So if you just want to know, okay, what element or what planet or what elements vitalize someone? If you need to know that in astrology, you need to learn, you need to study the 5 elements. You need to look at the air element, which is ruled by Saturn. But then, of course, there is also the 2 signs that relate to the air element as well. The 2 signs of Venus, Libra and Taurus, which are essentially the heart chakra. So you want to focus on Venus and Saturn if you're thinking about the air element. I don't know, I guess that's a little bit of a kind of going off on a tangent, but I guess the basic gist of it is when I look at the world and astrology, I think a lot of people don't have their foundations that well, and so I really recommend getting your foundation strong, and the foundations is in the planets, and this is the book on the planets, so get this book. Okay, so this is very close to 5 out of 5 stars, but I can't give it 5 out of 5. I'll give it a 4.8. It's about the best you can get from me. Just can't give it 5 out of 5 because there are a lot of typos in it. And I'm just a real stickler about typos. Okay, but this is an amazing book nonetheless. Don't let the typos in any book distract you or deter you from getting to the point of it, getting the meat out of it, the heart of it. Okay, cool. Thanks, y'all.